I used to be all about the overcomplicated tactics, staying within a strict calorie limit, relying on a cheat meal once a week. But you know what I discovered after too many years of doing these kinds of things? They don't work long term. But I found 5 simple, not fancy at all, things that will help you keep the weight off. You can implement one of them or all of them, but each of them will help you maintain your fat loss results. If we haven't met, I'm Swanson, and very simply, my goal today is to help you maintain your results. To start, I want to congratulate you on your success so far in your journey. Whether it's a pound or 100 pounds, it's something to celebrate. But I know for a lot of women, they're kind of left, holding their breath a little bit. They got their results, but now they're afraid they're going to lose them. The old way of thinking, bouncing from diet to diet, leaves you feeling really guilty when you eat. It becomes all-consuming. So instead of enjoying your results, you become obsessed with everything that enters your mouth. But shifting your mindset allows you to focus on nourishing your body, and as a result, you can maintain your results and develop that balance you so desire. If I could describe in one word where my health is right now, it would be freedom. And that's what I want for you too. Sustainable results are not about counting calories or following a complicated diet plan. I'm not talking about a calorie deficit either. Yes, your calorie deficit only needs to be 10% less than regular caloric intake, but not many people want to live in a caloric deficit. And the thing that people rarely talk about is, what do you do when you get to your weight loss goal on a caloric deficit? It's not about stressing about your results. When you're stressed out about reaching a goal or maintain your success, it only makes it more difficult. The more you stress about your weight loss, the less you'll lose and the harder time you'll actually have. When you're stressed out, your body releases cortisol, which sends your body into fight or flight mode. It's a really important element for survival, but it's not good if you're not actually in any danger and just living your daily life. This is your body's way of prioritizing a certain function for survival. It doesn't know you're not being chased by a bear, so it pauses and slows regular bodily functions, including your metabolism. It's easy to say, don't stress about your weight, but that's a really cold thing to say, and it doesn't take into account how hard you've been working. Instead, take a look at the areas of your life where you may be able to cut back or lower your stress levels. That's a good place to start. Maybe it's relationships you need to end. Maybe you need to cut back on certain priorities. So before we get into the second concept, would you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified each time I put out a new video? This way, you're sure to catch all my latest tips to help you make sustainable nutrition a way of life. Yes, you need protein to build muscle. The amount can vary whether you're completely sedentary or an endurance athlete or a strength athlete. But too often people overlook the value of fiber. Fewer than 3% of Americans reach even the recommended minimum daily intake of fiber. So women should aim for 25 grams each day and men should aim for 38 grams. Yes, fiber keeps you regular, but it provides a bounty of benefits for weight loss and weight management because it's not just what you eat, but what you absorb. Studies have shown you can lose more weight on a high fiber diet by eating the exact same number of calories simply because some of those calories get trapped and never make it into your system. Fiber is indigestible, but it creates this gel-like capsule around food that causes it to pass through your colon without being absorbed. Although the rest of your body might not be able to absorb it, fiber feeds your gut flora and plays a key role in regulating our appetites, metabolism, and body fat. I mean, I could really just go down the list of all the amazing things it does. It has 0 calories, so it adds bulk to food without adding extra calories. It improves your satiety. It can act as a fat and starch blocker too. It delays your stomach's emptying, so it again keeps you fuller longer. It helps curb your appetite by signaling your brain that your stomach is full. Each 2-gram increase of daily fiber has been associated with a weight decrease of about a pound. 25 to 30 grams of fiber is the recommended minimum adequate intake, but most people don't even consume half of that. But if I could only give you one piece of weight management advice, it would be for you to eat more fiber. The fiber superstars are whole grains and legumes, canned beans, split peas, chickpeas, and lentils. N.E.A.T, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is an important element of your total daily energy expenditure. Your total daily energy expenditure includes your basal metabolic rate, the thermic effect of food, and physical activity. Most often we think of exercise, walking and running when we think of physical activity, but little things like fidgeting and standing instead of sitting plays a big role. In fact, standing burns 3 times more calories per minute than sitting. And our bodies naturally burn around 130 calories per hour depending on your sex, age, height, and weight. But when you stand, you burn 200 calories or more per hour. That's an extra 70 calories burned just standing there. It's not hard to add more N.E.A.T activities into your day either. You can get a standing desk, set an alarm, and take a standing break every 20 minutes or so. Go for a short walk throughout your day. Walk to fill your water, and bonus, you'll be drinking more water too. Put things where you have to walk to go get them. Stand whenever you're checking emails or social media on your phone. Even that habit of bouncing your leg that other people might find a little annoying burns extra calories. No one is perfect, but what's different from those making progress is that they don't have this all or nothing mindset. They don't give up when their nutrition doesn't go perfectly. We've been trained to think that we have to be perfect in order to make changes in our health. But what happens when we think this way? We never actually make changes, right? Because no one is perfect. Your current self isn't perfect, and neither will your future self be. You need to learn how to build flexibility into your life. But with the old way of thinking, you're either on a diet or you're off a diet. You failed if you didn't follow it to perfection. But those who have made lasting progress don't have this mindset, and they don't give up when their nutrition doesn't go perfectly. Instead of quitting when you slip up, think of your day in 4 quarters: morning, midday, afternoon, and evening. Breaking the day up in 4 quarters causes you to see the wins throughout your day more naturally, rather than seeing the day as a complete win or a complete loss. So if you mess up in 1 quarter, you can get back on track for the next quarter. You fail small, not big. The problem with an all or nothing mindset is that it works in extremes, either big wins and big losses, but you want to celebrate the big wins as well as the small ones, because small wins really do add up to big ones. So a lack of quality sleep is directly related to your stress levels. When you're lacking sleep, your body becomes stressed out. And as a result, your body goes into a sort of chronic flight or fight mode and thinks it needs to conserve energy. There was this time in my life before I understood the importance of sleep that I was so discouraging. I started gaining weight and I had no idea why. I remember going constantly through this sort of list in my mind each day. My nutrition was on point. I was exercising almost every day. Nothing had changed. I was going through a busy season though with work, and the only thing that had changed was my sleep. I wasn't sleeping enough. And it wasn't like it was keeping me from eating well or working out, but it was making me gain weight all on its own. But here's the incredible thing. As soon as I started sleeping enough again, the weight came right off. Sleep loss affects your weight in a few different ways. First, it affects what you eat. When your body is sleep deprived, it releases endocannabinoids. It's like having the munchies. This is why your taste preferences change when you're lacking sleep. Dr. Matthew Walker, who has kind of become known as the sleep doctor, did a study. It showed that when you're much more likely to make unhealthy food choices and consume higher amounts of calories when you're sleep deprived. In fact, the people in his study consumed 600 more calories when they didn't get enough sleep. The second way poor sleep affects your weight is by affecting your hormones. A few moments ago, I mentioned how stress affects your cortisol levels, but so does your sleep. Measuring 2 appetite-related hormones, a study found that sleep loss increases appetite. They associated sleep insufficiency with lower levels of leptin, a hormone produced by adipose tissue that suppresses appetite, and higher levels of ghrelin, a peptide that stimulates appetite. The third way poor sleep affects your weight is by affecting your physical performance, aka your energy and activity levels. So sleep deprivation negatively impacts your brain's mental performance, which directly affects your body's physical performance. That means slower reaction time, a loss of strength, and decreased stamina. A healthy dose of sleep each night not only helps boost your metabolism, it encourages your body to burn fat rather than lean body tissues. There's an important difference you need to understand there. Weight loss versus fat loss. Weight loss can include the loss of fat, but it can also include the loss of many other things like water weight and lean body tissue such as muscle and bone mass, which you definitely do not want. Fat loss, on the other hand, is just that, the loss of fat. Have you ever wondered how someone can lose, 10 plus pounds in a week? It might sound great in theory, but when we identify where those 10 pounds are coming from, it doesn't look as good from a health standpoint. When you lose weight that fast, you're not losing fat. You're losing water weight and lean body tissue. Plus, losing that much weight that fast is unhealthy, and you'll just gain it right back just as quick as you lost it. I came across a 3-month study of CrossFit athletes on a ketogenic diet, and it revealed a loss of both bone and tissue in their legs. So yes, they were losing weight on their ketogenic diet, but it was the wrong kind of weight. Instead of losing fat, their bodies were burning lean tissue, the kind of tissue we don't want to lose. These markers were early precursors that would lead to osteoporosis. Prioritizing sleep is mandatory for improving your metabolism. If you're struggling to get an adequate amount of quality sleep each night, there are a couple of things you need to do. First, set a standard wake-up time. Begin waking up at the same time each morning, even on the weekend. You may have a hard time waking up on the first few nights as your body adjusts, but stick with it, and your body will adjust, and you'll be more likely to stick with it each night. Develop a nightly sleep routine. Just like you might have a routine to get ready each morning, create a routine that really encourages your body to get ready to go to bed. A simple thing is start dimming the lights an hour before bed and read 30 minutes instead of watching TV before bed or scrolling your phone. And there you have it, the 5 concepts that I've learned over the years for sustained fat loss. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can catch my simple nutrition tips each week to help you reach your goals, maintain them, and build upon them.